Hi everybody. Hello. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV. Okay, let me change my name over here because I still haven't done Ledger. Please, you guys, welcome. Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me, okay, so that I can continue. If you can hear me, if I have to sort out anything when it comes to sound, please let me know. Can you hear me? Okay, so that we can get on with gossiping about the Mselegu family, you guys. Listen, this is a review of the show, okay? So if you are not somebody that likes to talk about the show, just know that this is not a video for you. So I don't want you in the comment section complaining that you want the full episode, because this is not a full episode. This is a full review, okay? So let me change the name here, because this is Reality Buzz TV. It's not Random Ledger, so that people are not confused, and then we can continue, guys. Hello, Nomfundo Machika. You've been waiting for this review. One of the people that have been saying today, where is the life? Okay. Ngiyayifuna le live. Kukudube, listen, we don't post the full episode here. And you guys, I don't know what happened to the channels that were posting full episodes on YouTube. We've been saying, you guys, that it's very risky to post full episodes, but people don't listen to us, because what do YouTubers know? You don't play about the SCV content, you guys. I mean, they strike us even when we use their pictures. Okay, so you have to be very careful with the full episode. So today we woke up, nobody had posted the full episode. I don't know what happened to the channels that were posting full episode. I suspect that the STV did something about that, you guys. So I haven't been able to find any channel that has posted a full episode. However, you guys, the official platform to get the episode is channel 161 on Thursdays at 8 o'clock. It no longer plays on channel 103. And then you can watch a repeat tomorrow on Saturday, channel 161. What time is it? I don't know, around 7 o'clock in the evening. So just watch out for that. Maybe you can look at the schedule, set the STV, and then you can be able to see the full episode. You can watch the repeat. It's not on Showmax, just the STV. Okay. Hello, Reality Buzzers. Hello, Judy. We can hear you, sis. Thank you so much for being here. Kukutuwe. Hello. DSTV, sis, DSTV. For some reason, there's no episode on Facebook. There's no episode on YouTube. Oh, I haven't seen it. Okay, something is going on about with those channels that were posting full episode. Sunday, so hello. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I'm Zanti Scoop. Everybody that is joining me in the comment section. Of course, we're going to talk about episode 11. What happened in episode 11? And lots, you guys. Listen. Who are Mkumalo's fans? Okay, I need to see who is Mkumalo's fans, because I think, you guys, we need to give you guys a massage today. You know, give you some. I actually have Panado here. You know. I need to give you some Panado, because I'm sure today you guys are having a headache. Your body aches because you've been so busy today. When you go into the comment sections of every video that has been done today, the Mkumalo fans are out there defending Mkumalo, okay? But it's interesting, you guys, how the defense is so conflicting, because there are people that are saying, no, they were not really gossiping. Mkumalo and Mangabe were not really gossiping because the cameras are around. I mean, how can you gossip when you know there are cameras there? And then other people are like, yeah, vele akagossip, and I'm sure I'm sure naye bayagossipha ngayo. And then there are people that are saying, kunini uMakhumalo ebekezele naye usekhathele manje. So wenza kahle respond. So it's been fun, you guys, to read the comment section. But here's the thing that I feel like is common when it comes to to reviewing this show, is that I know Mkumalo has very loyal fans, but one thing that they always do is that every time you say something negative about Mkumalo, they will say you don't like Mkumalo. But you don't really get that when you say something negative about Umacele, Umayeni, or Nomangwabe. It's like, we can say bad things about the otherwise, but don't touch Mkumalo. And it doesn't work like that, because sometimes she is going to do things that are questionable. It says Tenjini Lana, guys. And this time she did do something that is questionable. Her and Umangwabe, you guys, and we are going to talk about it. And if we feel like it was wrong, we're going to say it. And just the same way that last season, when Umacele and Nomayeni were sitting at that table telling Umakhumalo ukuthi they were not going to go to Membe. So we thought that they were mean, and we talked about it. And at this time, it's about Umakhumalo. No mangwabe. So we will do the same, you guys. But let's not take things too personal, and let's not fight in the comment section, because acting says tension, asik is tension, guys. Those of us who are in relationships, Axon is tension. It's temp. If we is tempo, asaz, okay? We don't know what is this tension, so let's not fight about it. That is, let's be very respectful to my comment section, you guys. And those that have been asking me to review the show in Zulu, you guys, I will have to open a whole new channel and do the review in Zulu. But on this channel, we do it in English, because I do have people from different places in South Africa. Some of them don't understand it Zulu, and I do have people that are outside of South Africa as well that do not understand it Zulu, but they do watch my reviews. So I kind of have to speak English, but I speak lower grade English, okay? I speak like standard 6 English, not even grade 6, grade 8 English, standard 6 English. So don't worry about it. You will understand me. So you guys, I did do a video where I was talking about the sit down, Mkumalo no Mangwabe, but I'm still going to talk about it, because for those that just want the full review and they want to know what happened in this episode, they can understand it. So when we're talking about it in the comment section, they do get a full picture of what was happening. Remember, last episode, Kumalo had asked Umangwabe for a sit down. She says the purpose was so that she can find out what's wrong with Umangwabe, because Umangwabe has been very quiet lately and she hasn't been herself. And in the last episode, Umangwabe did say most of the time she's bored when they are being called to Ama meetings. Utama meetings, a family really bore her. She doesn't like them. That's the reason that when she's there, she doesn't really participate. And Umakhumalo was saying she feels like the thing that affected Mangwabe is her not liking the fact that Ubaba Mseleko wanted to take number 5. So bengayithandi indaba yokuthi uzolanya. Okay, even though yena elamile, but bengasafuna ukulanya. Which is interesting, you guys. So now that sit down, Kamakhumalo no Mangwabe is still continuing. But as it was moving along, you guys, it was becoming very gossipy. Okay. So they get to talk about Umacele. I'm going to start by talking about what they said about Umacele, because Khumalo had things to say about Umacele. So she's telling Umangwabe, listen, I had a sit down with Umacele, and I did ask her, does she accept our marriages? Uyayimukela yini imshado yethu, okay? Kusho Khumalo. Listen, I don't understand why it's so important to Khumalo to be accepted by Umacele, you guys. And because you are married to, everybody recognizes the fact that you are married to Mseli. Why do you need Umacele to say, yes, I do recognize your marriage? Okay, I don't know, you guys. So she goes on to say, when she first came, she used to say things like, khona sekuthiwa uyaganwa usungaganwa ingane yasendaweni, why do you have to date a girl from around the area? Because Makhumalo was ingane yasendaweni. Okay, so Umacele came from wherever la yahlala khona azogana kaMseleku, mayefika la uMseleku is busy joling with ingane yasendaweni, which was Umakhumalo. Okay, so Umacele used to say, nabantu. People, what are people going to say? Basically, what are people going to say when you are dating this young girl? Remember, Umakhumalo at the time was like 18 years old, because she said yes to Seleku when she was 18. So she was very young when Umacele was already married Kamseleku. Okay. So, and then she also says, Umakhumalo ukuthi udinwa into yokuthi Umacele always says, yena kashadanga nendoda yomuntu, you guys. Listen, I guess ukuthi when you are esithenjini and another wife says, mina ngishadanga nendoda yomuntu, there is something that can offend you as another wife oshade nendoda yomuntu. I've always looked at it like, there are certain things that Umacele is willing to compromise, but there are certain things that she's not going to compromise on, because yena when she married umselegu, there was no isithembu. She was just marrying indoda yakhe, okay? And you guys, Macele it always maintains because when she got married to umselegu, she did not know. I know people are saying Macele wayazi, what, but Umacele herself, you guys, a number of times on the show, she has said, I did not know about isithembu. When I said yes to umselegu, mina ngangithi nje ngizishayele insizwa engizoshada naye ngibe one. That's the reason bayoshada the civil marriage, because at the beginning they had a civil union, and then she had to go to Home Affairs and change the union so that Umselegu would be able to take the other wives. So she has always said, was I did not know about this him. But Umselegu always says, Umacele knew. He had told Umacele, and the other wives also say, Umacele knew. So I don't know who we're gonna believe, you guys, but I'm tempted to believe Umacele, because how do people know what you knew? If you are saying I did not know, then you did not know. And I can't trust Musamselegu, you guys, because Musamselegu has said himself, because when he was building his temple, he had to lie sometimes. He said that, especially when relating to Mangwabe, he said, you know what, there are things that I had to lie about just so people can agree to get on his temple, because I was trying to build his temple at the time. So if I felt like if I tell Mangwabe she's the last wife, that's what I was going to do. So sometimes I had to lie. Okay. So I don't feel like I can trust Umselegu when Umselegu says Umacele knew about his temple. I feel like it's possible that Umacele did not know, because she always maintains why this temple is something that was introduced after she got married to Umselegu. And the reason she said yes to his temple is because Umselegu wanted 20 kids, and she knew very well that she was not going to be able to carry ingane ezu 20 all by herself. Okay. However, you guys, there's an interview that Mkumalo did where she says that Umacele knew. So angazi ke kushuthi ngoba wayengane yasendaweni uMkhumalo wayazi ukuthi umselegu nonkosikazi wakhe baxoxani, you guys. But even here, you guys, I think for us it indicates ukuthi lento ayisho mangwabe it's true ukuthi uma umusa umselegu uyasithutha indaba from one wife's household to another wife's household. Because think about it, you guys. If Umacele at the beginning of a union kaMusa Mselegu noMkhumalo, Umacele was saying, why do you have to uthandane noMkhumalo? Why uthandana noMkhumalo? Why do you have to do that? Ungibukanisa nabantu. I don't think ukuthi Umacele was saying that to uMkhumalo. That is something that Umacele would be saying to her husband. How that got moved from Umacele noMusa to uMkhumalo, mawucabanga ubani othuthe leyo ndaba leyo? Because I'm thinking it was Umacele noMusa talking, and uMusa said, ethi usungathandana nengane yasendaweni. But uMkhumalo wazi kanjani ukuthi Umacele usho that thing to her husband? It's the husband that is tooting the zindaba from one wife to the other. And you guys, I suspect Umacele doesn't even know what Mkhumalo knows about that. Okay. But I think umyeni wabo, you guys, because uyaxabanisa lo babalwana nasengimbonile, you guys. So ke baqhubeke bahlebe, guys. They get to Umayeni, and they're still talking about how delusional Umayeni is. They say Umayeni is delusional. She would say things like almost insinuates that she does not want to talk about, because people don't want to talk about things that they've done to her. Like I was saying the other time, ukhuluma ngathi Bible sometimes. Oh my, that's how she speaks, you guys. She speaks like she's speaking in parables. Okay, she'd be like, people will do things to you, but then they wouldn't want you to talk about those things, and then they will expect that you are just going to forget about those things and move on. But she would not say directly what the person did to her or who that person is. Okay, so they say she's delusional, and they say she likes acting like a victim. So she wants to make people think that things have been done to her, but she forgets she has done things to them. Okay, that is Mkhumalo that was saying that. Then Mkhumalo was like, I think Mkhumalo ube gossip, and then she was like, you know what? Angifuna ukuthi ngibe gossiping ngedwa lana, because at the beginning, you guys, Umangwabe was more like, yeah, I know, ngiyakuzwa, yabo. And you know magosipha nomuntu esho kanjalo and you're like, ish, this one angase angithuthi. Ithi ngimfake naye emgossipeni. Let me include her so that she won't have a chance now to go to the other one and tell her what he may be gossip. And she's like, so when how do you feel about the fact that Umayeni said what you guys were friends before we were friends? Because remember, from the beginning of the show, Tina, we were told Mkumalo and Mangwabe were friends when Mangwabe came and joined the family. Okay, so but there is a diary session where Umselegu said Umayeni knew Umangwabe before Umangwabe got married to the Mselegu family. Umselegu did not say ukuthi Umayeni noMangwabe were friends. He said Umangwabe knew, Umayeni knew Umangwabe before Umangwabe got joined the family. Okay. But the way Umakumalo is asking it here, Uti, how do you feel about the fact that Umayeni says you guys were friends? Okay. Then Umangwabe is like, you know what? She is delusional. I was like, Mangwabe. If every time guys, they are very actually. So Mangwabe agrees with Umakumalo ukuthi Umayeni is delusional because they were never friends. They never even lived in the same area. They lived in different areas. Even Umangwabe knew Umakumalo because Umakumalo was Mselegu's wife and she was Mselegu's girlfriend. But as far as Umayeni is concerned, she was not friends with Umayeni. Okay. I don't even think, you guys, that Umayeni was claiming that Umangwabe was her friend, okay? But she was claiming, and it wasn't even her, it was the husband. He was claiming that Umayeni knew Umangwabe before Umangwabe got married, okay? But they continue to gossip because I delusional injustice. I mean, I was never friends with her, and umuntu engangizwana naye is Umakumalo, okay? Now, you guys, the whole exchange too, it made me feel like, because at some point they talk about how people were not happy when they joined the family. They speak as if they joined the family at the same time. So they are saying, si join a family, meaning when Umacele noma Ngwabe joined the Mseleku family, Umayeni noma Cele, they were not happy. Okay. And I was like, hey, nambe ngibe happy ngani ngoba vele ngathi ngiyanibona benisile vele. Imagine being married to your husband, okay? Imagine this picture. Okay, let's just leave Masaul because then people start arguing, no, Masaul was number one. No, Masaul was number two. No, Masaul. Okay, let's forget about Masaul and let her soul rest in peace. Okay, let's speak about the wives that are living. So imagine Makala is married. Okay, and then she accepts it. Okay, it's Tembus Ngatata, and then Umayeni comes. Okay, they're like around they're not really the same age. Umayeni is younger than Umakele, but Tabashian Kangako. And then now bese kuza laba beza ngemuva ke manje abeza beyabangani and they're even younger, and this one wasendaweni uza nomngani wakhe ngoba phela ngathi uLoda uMakhumalo uthe maseshadile wathi woza mngani woza ngala kuyashadwa ngala khona indoda efuna isithembu waza nawe singene soyi2. So you can imagine ukuthi it's possible ukuthi Umayeni noMacele really didn't like them because not only are they coming as this young, okay, uma ngoba kekho that young, but ke lo omncane akezi yedwa uza ne girlfriend lana, while naye she's still fighting for her place emndenini, she's coming with a friend. And if they had this attitude that we were seeing here of gossiping about those other wives, I can see how they might not have liked them, okay? But guys, it's not strange ukuthi abantu esithenjini abathandani. It's almost like bona bafile ngathi they should have welcomed each other and became best friends, baqabuzane bahagane. Esithenjini akwenziwa njalo, ngathi esithenjini kuthakathwana ngisho kuthakathwana. So I don't understand it, you guys, ukuthi how else did they expect ukuthi how did they think the whole thing was going to happen? Ukuthi uMacele was going to, oh my God, the new wives are here. Thank you so much for taking 2 more wives. It can never be like that. But it's like they expected it. So, but they were not wanted. And then Mkumalo in the diary session says, this is how I understand the position Mkumalo, you guys. I think it really affected her ukuthi uMacele didn't like her, and she really thinks that Umacele didn't like her because she came from a poor family, and she's convinced ukuthi they used to look down on her because she came from a very poor family. And remember, you guys, not so long ago, Uma Khumalo just bought this big car, and she was going on about, when she thinks about her background, she never thought ukuthi she would get to where she is right now in terms of like success. And if you look at all of the wives, you guys, yes, they are successful in their own rights, but it does appear as if Uma Khumalo is the one that is more successful, or is the one that looks more successful, especially in the entertainment space. Okay, so I feel like she's feeling like, yeah, ne, you used to look down on me, look at me now. Okay, and let's not forget, because not so long ago, Umselegu no Makhumalo revealed ukuthi uMakhumalo does help Ubaba Umselegu financially when the other wives are in need. So she probably does have that thing yokuthi ningitreat-a kanje, but mandinga izinto, sometimes I'm the one that helps out. Okay, and also that, in addition with the fact that she's feeling like, yeah, you used to look down on me, buku ukuthi manje wondliwa ubani kind of a situation. I'm not saying uyondla, kodwa it felt like, we are Caesar sometimes. Mazingahlangani izinto khona la esiza khona. So I feel like unaleyo attitude now, ngingithuta kanjena, but look at me now. Okay, nangithuta kabi when I was joining the family, look at me now. Okay, somebody in the comment section in the video I did say ukuthi they felt like Uma Khumalo no mom Ngwabe were drinking. Maybe that's why the more they were talking, the more it became gossipy. Because I was like, did they forget to kunama camera? And this whole conversation that they're having here is ohamba iye kumayeni njobe injalo. This whole conversation is ohamba iye kumacele njobe injalo. And then it's going to create more tension in the relationship. And I was like, yeah, it's possible. Because I think at some point they did order ama drink. They said they're ordering ama drinks angekho sweets. So I was like, yeah, maybe they were drink ama cocktails abena something anyana. So that's why I came back to Nesebekuluma, even izinto that they never speak about. They've never spoken about previously, you guys. But that's how it went. Listen, I think yesterday when I was watching that scene, I was like, are they really? But let's be honest, you guys. I feel like, Estenjini aktandanwa and aktandanwa. It's not like in polygamy people are lovey-dovey with each other, really. At best people just live their own lives, and they only come together when it's absolutely necessary for them to come together, under normal circumstances as Tenjin. But with Uthando Nesthembu, when it started, it felt like their whole purpose or goal was to show us ukuthi as Tenjin it's possible to be this united family, But I don't think that they were this united family. I think they were forcing it so that they can create that picture. Nathi masilele emakhaya nawe uzucabanga ukuthi yazi mhlambe it's not a bad idea for my husband to take a second wife, because look at these 4 wives getting along. Okay. So basically, they were really fighting for us to feel like that, to feel like it's possible to have this big family. Everybody is happy. The kids are raised in a healthy environment. What can we complain about? Maybe even our husbands can take second, third, fourth wives, okay? But what has happened is that every season it's becoming difficult for them to pretend to be that united family. It's hard. It's getting harder and harder. So each season that they are doing, we are seeing true colors of the individual characters, Gule family, but also we are seeing the true colors of the family. We're really seeing what's going on. So that gossip session, when people are saying, it's not like Umacele Nomayeni don't gossip about the others, I think people are right. But what has happened is that they have been able to keep that away from the cameras and give us this impression that they don't actually gossip like that about each other. But now, as the seasons are moving along now, it's like it's becoming difficult to pretend, number one. Two, they're running out of content, that is going to make us feel like they are lovey-dovey with each other. So I do feel like they should keep Uthando Nesthembu until season 35, okay? Because by season 35, we will be seeing the whole truth, okay? We'll know everything. So, like season by season, we are seeing a little bit. Because, oh, so this is how it goes. Okay, these people actually don't spend time together. They just spend time when they are shooting the show. But normally, everybody is at their houses. Okay, so that's what I learned from this scene when Umayeni no Mangwabe were sitting together. It's not that umacele noma yeni don't do that. They probably do too, but because we only saw uMakhumalo noma Ngwabe, we are only going to talk about uMakhumalo noma Ngwabe. But that gives us a picture ukuthi vele esithenjini, that's what happens. People are not your friends, because the next thing uMangwabe might go and sit with uMayeni and hleba about uMakhumalo, because that happens in normal life. Okay. They do clever about each other. So anyway, you guys, listen, we did see Umusa sitting with Ubanzi ingane kaMayeni, I think the daughter. I think Umusa, you guys, watch too much what we talk about in these videos on YouTube, on TikTok and everything. And with every episode, he tries to respond to what people are saying about him, because we've been talking a lot about how he treats the boys like they are these special human beings in his life. Obviously, it's obvious for him, boys are more important than girls. So now on the show, he's trying now and then to include the girls and do things with the girls. Remember last episode, he was giving the girls the phones, and this season he was sitting with Obanzi having a conversation that I don't really know what it was about. And then they ended up talking about Snay. So I think that scene was just basically for him to show us, hi, I do spend time with my girls too. Okay. Whether that is really true or he was just showing us for content, Jana, so that we can stop saying that he doesn't really think highly of the girls. I don't know, you guys, but he did spend time with Obans. Okay. And then they have a conversation with Mpumelelo ngendaba yokugana, you guys. And I like how he is trying to convince us that he's not going to pay Lobola for Mpumelelo. He's trying to say ukuthi he's not going to give Mpumelelo ilobola. It's not a good thing ukuthi umfana umlobolele. And I'm like, yeah, we would believe you if it wasn't you. But I would say, like, I do think ukuthi uzomlobolela mina Mpumelelo. I think he just wants us to think ukuthi he's not going to help Mpumelelo with the lobola, because I don't think Mpumelelo has ilobola to lobola 3 wives, because they're saying he's going to lobola the 3 wives. I guess he's going to get the virgin as his first wife, and then they use Tirelo and Uvuyo. And I guess when they were shooting the show, which I'm not sure when it was, they were still with Uvuyo, because they said he's going to lobola 3 women. Because as it stands, you guys, Uvuyo confirmed on one live that she's no longer with Mpumelelo. So maybe when they shot this scene, that had not happened. Okay, the breakup had not happened. Kodwa-ke uMpumelelo is not short of girls, because remember, on Ingane Zesithembu, Uvuyo did say it's not actually the 2 of us. She did say it's not me and Tirelo. There's like maybe 6 other girls that are dating Mpumelelo. It's just that yithi esaziwayo. Okay, so I guess because if he wants 3 wives, he can take 3 wives, even if it's not Tirelo, Vuyo, and the Virgin. Okay, he can take whoever from the 6 that he's dating. Okay. Anyway, you guys, and then they were talking about in the and all of that, you guys. I don't know, you guys. I can't even I don't know if Mpumelelo really wants Agane right now, or it's because he knows Babake really wants him to do it right now. Because I'm not feeling like he's ready to make that commitment. Okay. So is it him that wants to do it, or is it his father that wants him to do it? I can't tell you guys. But I feel bad for the girls that are going to be chosen because they are about to go on a journey. Okay. And Mayeni did try to warn them to say it's not easy here, Castembo. Okay, it's not easy here, Castembo. And Istembo is about a man, it's about what he wants, and your needs and your feelings are pushed to the side. Okay, but again, in 2000 guys, Papa, so I'm sure Mpumelelo will have plenty of girls to choose from should he decide to have the 3 wives or 10 wives if he wants. He can even have 20, because I'm sure there's 20 girls about 2000 abalindile nje ukugana lapha kamseleko. So yes, you guys, they ended up talking about that. Anyway, I do feel like you guys, some of the storylines, especially when it comes to the kids and the older kids, I do feel like they are kind of, they should be on Ingane's team, you know. So we are going to feel like they are repeating certain storylines when we're watching Ingane's team, because then they also do the same storylines on Uthando Nesthembu. So I wish that they could just not do as much or not tell as much of the older kids' story on Uthando Nesthembu, because we are still going to watch Ingane Zesthembu, and we don't want to feel like it's repeated storylines when we're watching Ingane Zesthembu. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is that Umachele ended up doing the taxi ride thing with her kids, and she just wanted them to have the experience of taking a taxi. Okay. And I thought about it, you guys. I guess money name Mordecai and Ingane ziyahanjiswa esikoleni, ziyahanjiswa when they go to town, ziyahanjiswa when they go to the mall. It's possible to have kids that have never been to a public bus or a taxi. Okay. So they did that. They took a taxi to town. Guys, it's amazing how Umacele has such humble children, Ku Alwandle and Abongwe. But then the younger one, you guys, this one, oh, Kikomba wrong. This one, where's my finger? My finger is disappearing. Hi, Bo. Oh, I'm guys, not again. I don't know. Like, she's just different. She's not humble and she's not as respectful. Unokuba angifuni ukuthi ukusitshela because ingane, we're not supposed to speak negatively about kids, but ngathi akanayo that thing that uMacele has been able to instill on Abongwe no Lwandle. Different nje owami. So she was very irritated by the fact that bayogibela taxi and all of that. By the time they were getting off a taxi, you know, she was like, she's not getting back to a taxi to go back home, and also she doesn't wish to do it again. You guys, I think they could have made that experience just fun, you know. And I do understand Umacele thinking, ukuthi, "Hayibo, I've raised kids that don't even know how to take a taxi. Should they ever need to take a taxi? What if something happens to them and for some reason they no longer have cars in the family and the kids do need to get around?" I mean, it's far-fetched, but you know, things have happened in life. And I do understand that. But also it was good content, you guys. It was good content to just see her try to get the kids to have that experience of taking a taxi. But to Owami, guys, I don't know what happened to her to, to be so different from the older siblings. Maybe she's been too spoiled. Or yena ufike mhlambe sekukhushi kakhulu, sekubuswa kakhulu ekhaya. But there's something that is just different about Owami compared to the older kids. I did like seeing them though do that experience of riding a car, and Thando was there as well. Thando doesn't say much, you guys. She hardly ever speaks. And she is a child that only speaks when you speak to her or when you ask her a question. She's just quiet. I wonder, you guys. I just wonder about her, if she's okay, you know. So now the interesting thing, you guys. Remember, ukuthi Bamsele decided ukuthi he is handing over umsebenzi wokulapha abantu, which we didn't even know he was still doing to Ulwandle noMpumelelo. Number one, you guys, I think, you guys, honestly, that storyline, they didn't do it justice from the beginning, because I think that if they had a goal of getting to a point where Umpumelelo noLwandle belapha abantu, they should have introduced us to the fact that they have gifts, they are gifted, because we didn't even know ukuthi banedlozi. We didn't know uLwandle unedlozi. We didn't know uMpumelelo unedlozi. They had never spoken about that on the show. Now we are being told ukuthi sebezolapha abantu, bazobalapha kanjani abantu now? It just doesn't make sense. I think Abbas introduced that storyline. If maybe from like season 4 they started saying Gutulwandle is having these experiences where we are boniswa and all of that, and we just found out ukuthi fanele umsebenzi othile, and then mhlambe season 5 noMpumelelo has certain experiences and what, and then season 6, and then we see them, angazi guys, mhlambe bayothwasa, mhlambe angazi ukuthi whatever that they needed to do mhlambe, and then in season 7 they are saying ukuthi they are taking over umsebenzi. It would have made sense for us. So it's like just in season 7 now both of them have gifts zokulapha. how nini manje, you know. And also into esolisayo laphayana when they were sitting at the table talking about it last episode, uMacele wavele wafa insini. I think uMacele knew ukuthi lento fake yonke lesiyenza lana, and she was just laughing and she couldn't stop laughing. So now at the back of my mind I'm like, hey, are these people just faking this whole thing of these kids now being you know, abalapi all of a sudden? I don't know, you guys, that storyline confused me so much. So I guess it's a day la bezohlambulula khona umsamo. They went to, there's a urondovele ke la kwenziwa khona izinto zasemsamo, which is not strange for any household vele. La ushiswa khona impepho, kunamakhandlela different colors. Bengiqala nokubona ikhandlela benjani la khandlela engathi li-navy blue, khona li-red, but different kinds of reds, yellow, what, all kinds of candles there emsamo ikhumba lana. But you know, it's not really strange, but it's like, okay, we are uyabukisisa sometimes. Nowadays uyayibukisisa and it's okay. And then ulwandle useyabhodla lana. I'm like, hayibo, ulwandle useyabhodla manje. Ulwandle seyakhuluma mengabe umkhulu mengabe ugogo lokhulumayo through ulwandle. I'm like, hayibo, senze sale kwadlalwa ngathi kuyithanda nesithembu. Ulwandle useyabhodla khona lana. Hayi ke, and then ke baxova imithi yakhona, and then they were telling ke guys, some of the things I can't even say them in English because I don't even know how to explain them in English. Then they mixed the muti. Yeah, they mixed the muti. Kwachelwa. So they were cleansing ke umsamo. So I guess after this, ke uLwandle no Mpumelelo are going to be healing people. Ngathi hey kwazi kwadlala ngathi kuthanda nesithembu. Guys, hayi, somebody ohlala eMzumbi hambani niyohlola or something, cause unibuye nisitshela ukuthi ngempela is it legit. Nisindile ngempela nihambe, guys. I'm sure there are viewers from Elokhuzeni. There are viewers from Mzumba. We cannot have even a single person here from Mzumba nihambe niyohlola laphayana kaMsele nisitshela ukuthi is it legit, because me now was like, hayibo, where did this thing come from all of a sudden? Ulwandle now usephilisa abantu kwanjani, hayibo. So after that, you guys, the strange thing is that Umsele just suddenly decides to go to uzohamba yobona indlu kaMacele. Remember last season uMacele explained ukuthi she gave indlu yakhe yasemzumbe to Snay to live there with her child uSamkelo. But this season uSamkelo we found out ukuthi usehlala kababa wakhe. Okay, uSamkelo lives with his uSamkelo, guys, is it a boy or girl? He lives with his father uSamkelo. I'm assuming it's a boy, you guys. So now Umsele goes and check the house because apparently she didn't leave the house in a good condition. Mayifika laphana amabhodo ayephekile kubolile izinto and all of that. Uyavula amabhodo, Umsele kulona kuthiwa akathinta ibhodo, ufika ahlala kusofa linda ukudla. But in that house he went and opened the pots because ubefuna sibone ukuthi how messy is uSnay. Wavula amabhodo wayongena ekamerweni likaSnay. Guys, I think if you really look closer, you even going to see amaphenti kaSnay, which I don't even know why it was necessary. Guys, we haven't seen bedrooms Uthando Nesthembu. Let me say that. Okay. I think once when uMacele was doing ikhanda bedroom yakhe, and uMacele, remember when she was upset with uMacele came to her bedroom, we hardly ever see bedrooms on Uthando Nesthembu. But almost I'm felt it necessary for him to show us the bedroom kaSnay. So ingubo zakhe they all of kungcolile vele. The point that he was trying to prove ukuthi okay, I guess uSnay ushiya indlu ihlibhizekile. But I felt like bekungathi sikwi-personal space kaSnay, we could have even seen underwears there somewhere on the floor because bekumahliphi kulahlwe phansi umbheda undluliwe, imicamelo ingcolile. Iyabona nje, you know, like emakhaya, guys, sonke sinabo abantu yabo abangazwani no-clean emakithi, abangazwani no-clean, and sonke mhlawumbe uthola ukuthi in the family vele nokudiscuss ukuthi ave yinuku sibanibani buka manje awuhamba ondlula, you know, and you know ukuthi uyinuku. But one thing about families is that masihlele kanjena kuqhamuka umuntu lapha ezongena engena esangweni coming to the house, what are we going to do? All of us are going to make sure ukuthi siyavala lapho, and if there are things hanging around on the floor, we are picking up, siyafaka ngaphansi ukuthi you never show that to abantu bangaphandle. Even if umuntu wakini is inuku, even if umuntu wakini is that messy, you don't show such to abantu bangaphandle. If umuntu wangaphandle uzongena endlini niyaqoqa niyafaka ngaphansi niyacashisa phela ukuthi abone ukuthi kuhle endlini. You know, so I didn't understand the point of Umseleko showing us that when it comes to Snay. So why are you showing us a bedroom, Snay, when you are supposed to close the door? Before my camera, when they come, he closed the door, but it was mess, guys, you know. And I think that he really just wants us to know Snay is this child, or you know, and all of that, because he wants us on his side to understand why he's not treating Usne the same way that he treats the boys. However, you guys, Usne has been living a CPAC because ever since the beginning of this season, Usne ubese CPAC. All the scenes ebesimbona kuwona Usne ubese CPAC. So angazi ukuthi why manje bamtheleke se expect ukuthi Usne finally abe semzumbi, because he's like, we don't even know where Usne is. I'm like, but use CPAC nje. Last week park. So now, you know, but I understood what I feel like ufuna ukusiprovela ukuthi Snay inuku, Snay akanakekeli, Snay goes missing, Snay whatever, you know, the story that he's trying to prove, which he might be right, you guys, but sometimes the stories kabamseleko asihlangani kahle when it comes to Snay, even though he's trying to prove to us ukuthi Snay is this bad child. Okay, anyway, you guys, I did feel it for Snay, you guys, that it's very hard when your parent is trying to prove to the public that you are not a good person. When you Snay probably knows, because as in when it comes to my parents, they are not proud of me. But now when your parent is trying to show the world that they are not proud of you, and they're trying to prove to the world that you are not a good person, you are not a good child, it's not a good thing. It actually doesn't help you as a child. Not to say Usne is a child, but it's not nice to have your parent trying to show the world the worst side of you. I don't get it, you guys. I don't get why Wamselego wants to do that. Then he calls the meeting, you guys. The meeting Gamselego, because the meeting Gamselego happens every other episode. Calls a meeting with the wives. So bayafika bong, obviously Lona Umangwabe is already bored because she has said she hates the meeting. So we meeting, it starts talking about Usne left the house in a mess and whatever, and then Mkumalo is like, and I was like, exactly, that's a good question, because vele nathi Usne besimbone sephaka usahlala in Usnela. And then Mkumalo did say it's very hard to correct Usne, because Usne would answer you uklaza uzokuphendula kabi, and I'm like, yeah, I can get that with Mkumalo, because Mkumalo is very close in age with Usne. Usne will be like, hayi bontombazane yasendaweni. I can imagine Usne hayi bontombazane yasendaweni, hayi phela wena wakamakhelwane manje usuka kini uzothethisa mina kithi, you know. It's complicated, guys, okay? But I do feel like Usne respects Mkumalo and Nomayeni. I felt like that exchange. I remember when Nomayeni came to speak to Snay about her taking care of her children and all of that. I felt like Snay was receptive to what Umayeni was trying to say. So I do feel like we are bahlonipha Umayeni no Macele, but she's still going to do what she wants to do. But she's an adult anyway. Anyway, they discussed that, and then hey, uba umseleko la ngididileke, guys. He says Wamselego now ufuna ukukhuluma about the changes that are going to be taking place Kamselego, because now even though okay, ubabongile first, you guys, he said thank you to the wives for their contribution to, I guess, the family, whatever, okay? And then he says that from now on things are going to be different, because even though there are certain things that he's going to do for all of them, you know, like amakrosa nani, but isn't there the extra, like kazi, he's not going to do it for everybody, okay? So it's going to depend on a behavior of a wife. Guys, uthi ubaba Mseleko uma unkosikazi engabehave akazothola ubukhazikhazi. Okay, I'm like, isn't or have changed. Guys, you remember was it season 2 when they were getting the cars? You get a car, you get a car, you get a car, everybody gets a car. Now you're only going to get a car if you behave as a wife. Hambani nesithenjini bafethu sonifica. Hambani ngempela nesithenjini sonifica. Kuthiwa uzothola ubukhazikhazi if you behave. Okay, that means, you know what that means. That means the only person that will get things is Mkumalo, because Mkumalo is the only one that says yebo baba, yebo baba, whatever you need baba. You need a girlfriend, okay baba, you know. That's how Mkumalo. I'm like, okay, that means that Mkumalo is the only one that will get ubkhazikhazi. Okay. And the thing is, Umakumalo is buying her own ubkhazikhazi. So that means Umseleko is not going to give anybody ubkhazikhazi, because Makumalo can afford to give herself ubkhazikhazi. What do I say with ubkhazikhazi in English, you guys? I guess fancy stuff, like extra stuff, like the luxuries. Okay, so he will buy groceries, I guess. Maybe he will buy them. What else? Maybe he will fix things in the house and all that. But when it comes to like extra things, the extra things he will do only for, you know, I don't know, you guys, what's happening with Bamselek, because earlier on he was supposed to have, you know, lots of money. And I think right now he should have more money than he had in season 1 and 2. But angazi kwenzekani manje, because not so long ago he bought them flowers, was hlephula. He bought them ama-flowers ayi-1, wawahlephula wanika omunye wanika omunye. Instead of buying 4 different, you know, he just bought one, wahlephula, you know. So I'm wondering what's happening with Bamselego right now, or he's done too much romance now, he's over it. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, let me read the comments and let's see what the people are saying, you guys. But there was the episode, you guys. I think the most interesting thing was the gossip, okay? And people are saying it wasn't the gossip. So I guess it depends how you judge it. So No Food says, true, there's no episode on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, guys, yeah. When we say we're not posting any clips, we're not posting any episodes, it's because our the channel will get shut down, you guys. You can get a strike with just one smaller nyana clip and you get a strike. But if you, let's just say your channel, every week you are posting an episode on your channel, I mean, you can use your whole channel because of posting full episodes. So we don't want to risk our channels getting shut down. Finally, I caught a live. I didn't watch the episode, but ngithanda when I'm there, say your recaps are fire. Thank you so much, Sissy. Thank you so much for watching. Judy, Ish, we now only catch the reviews. Those channels must do some. They must start at the channels and post. But the thing about it is that it means that you're never really going to make money, because you're going to grow your channel, post the episodes, and then they catch you, and then they strike you, and then you start another channel. It's just too much. It really is too much. I don't know how the people that do it for long, I don't know how they get away with it. There must be a way, but you know, it's a risk. It's like Mkumalo fans, Yibona, Abatulu. There's too much to Lulu. There's too much to Lulu. Him say, I'm Makay's friend. Hey, this is crazy. Ay, and fun Mkumalo shame. Yo, today shame. Yo, they were working. Mkumalo fans. Yo. And she has younger audience, I think. She has younger followers, okay, and they're willing to fight. It was funny today to read the comments. Peaceful Sunset, hello, thank you so much for being here. Jabu, Yebo Sesla, thank you so much for being here, Jabu. But from the beginning, they said he could get married to Mayeni because her family didn't like the idea that she will be part of his temple. That is the reason why Mayeni is not the first wife. Now, this is what I think happened, guys. They didn't say this because Nami, it didn't make sense. If you were going to take Umayeni as the first wife and she did not like his temple and you ended up not taking her as a wife, you should have. That means that Umatsele knew, but Umatsele keeps saying, I didn't know. So I felt like, okay, maybe Wabumselego took a risk with Umayeni and told Umayeni what I want his temple. Umayeni was like, I know my family is not going to allow that. So when he met Umatsele, he was like, you know what? It's risky for me to tell a wife that I want his temple, because when I tell them, they refuse. It's either they refuse or the family refuses. So maybe let me not tell the wife, okay? I'm just going to take the wife that I think might agree afterwards, okay? Let me take the wife, let me lobola, marry her, and then afterwards I introduce the idea. I think it's possible that it happened that way, okay? That afterwards he was like, ngifuna isithembu, okay? Because he had seen ukuthi when you say that before umshado umuntu, there is a risk ukuthi they're going to say yes, and he had seen that with Umayini. It's just me, because otherwise the stories don't add up. Umacele, guys, says she did not know. So yeah. So Sambila says, delusional and a victim are very strong terms. Knowing my case, she means them. Yeah, I think she means them, you guys. But I think that if you want to maybe possibly have a somewhat of a cordial relationship with someone, those are the words that you don't use on somebody, that especially if you're also trying to avoid the attacks on social, because they know whatever they say on the episode, there's a reaction on social media. What if you say delusional victim, people are going to react strongly to those words. Even the person that you are saying those words about is going to react. So if you are hoping at some point you will work somewhat of a peaceful relationship with that person, you're not going to use those words. So it made me feel like Mkumalo actually doesn't care. Maybe she doesn't care anymore, or she's never cared. We thought she cared, but she never cared. I don't know. But those are not, listen, I'm not becoming friends with you if you think I'm delusional and act a victim all the time. So, okay, then fine. Then, live your life. I live my victimhood life. Hey, guys, I would be very interesting in Estenjin, guys. Okay, I would make Imperial Estenjin very interesting if I was a wife Estenjin. Okay, in my next life, I'm coming back as a wife was Estenjin. Just for entertainment, ngifuna ukuba nje unkosikazi ohluphayo, ngifuna ukuba last wife like uMakhumalo, but ngihluphe mina. The way I was waiting for this Mkosi, I'm really a fan of your content, Chef. I'm not even in SA, but your Ndaba Slap. Ruvimbo Kwese. I know for sure I'm not pronouncing it right. Thank you so much for joining me. Where are you joining us from? You see, guys, we've got people that are not in South Africa. You've got South Africans that are outside of the country, but we also have non-South Africans that are watching us from their own countries, okay? Mna ndifuna uyazi ukuthi umusa kutheni ethwalisa abantwana bebancinci nje, because if bekuthiwa wenza umsebenzi wedlozi, why ezoba yedwa kungekho omunye umuntu othwasayo? Ngeke ikhona into eshaya. There's a lot I don't understand about that whole situation, you guys, because I don't even understand what they're doing. Bathi bahlambulula umsamo. Nayo lento yokuthi kamseleko nje, there's no sihlobo, there's no malume that comes mhlambe azokwenza something, there's no mkhulu, there's nobody that is family that does izinto enjalo with them. Angazi, guys, but you guys, I do feel like if bebathwala, they wouldn't show us. I think one thing I've learned about this in Zoktwala and all of that from these confessions that we listen to here on YouTube is that things are done very secret, in secret. When it comes to Uktwala, that's a thing that for me, I'm like, hey, maybe it's not Uktwala, because why will they reveal everything? It's supposed to be in secret, and sometimes the whole thing gets messed up by you revealing the secret. So I don't know, guys, but asaz, guys. Mom Go boys, hey Mom Go, we were waiting for your live. We can't wait tomorrow for your live, guys. Watch out for Mom Go, and make sure you have your notifications on. We'll be going live with Mom Go tomorrow, and then on Sunday it's the channel reviews. Owami's attitude, I show mama yoli, I'm like, yo, ngathi she was raised in a different household than Ulwandle, no Thando, no Lokhuzana, no Abo. And Nomseleko did say last week, remember, Umseleko said ukuthi Owami has this attitude that she has a rich dad, Watching from USA, Maria watching from USA. Hello, USA. What time is it? It's what now? Almost 10 p.m. with us. What time is it in the US? Wabona ulwandle mubhodlo. guys, I'm like, hey, bo, these kids ngempela nje, they're doing this thing. I mean, that part of it, I am confused, guys. I'm confused. I'm really, really confused. Wabhodla ulwandle. Izobhola lo show, yazdano. They are too fake. And the thing is, you guys, Mina, I've been, for an example, Mkumalo. I had said earlier on, because season one for me, my Kumala was my favorite, ultimate favorite in season one, and Umacele was not my favorite at all because I felt like lo mama. But as seasons moved along, I felt like um 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 Umacele was more real for me because she was like this with emotions. Yeah, but you see her upset, you see her, you see her loving, you see her. Whereas Khumalo is always just the same thing, then accommodating, yebo baba, and I felt like I couldn't relate to Khumalo because I felt like, hey, how are you just the same thing? Uhlezi nje wena nje. Hi, it's okay. No matter when they hurt your feeling, I mean, I understand. That's how Khumalo Mina lost me as a fan because I feel like I can't relate to her. So I feel like now with her showing just a little bit of like those human, I don't know, couldn't they human about the fact that uzokosipa about your omnagweni sometimes because bakudinile, as much as it's not a good thing to gossip, but sometimes you feel like I phela vele as human ungakusho ukuthi hey kodwa uyangidina lo, uyabona yena lo number 2 uyangidina. So maybe I will go back to being able to relate to Khumalo if she starts showing her real self, because I just felt like you have to be fake to be umuntu nje, that every time when it's okay, yeah, I know, no problem, I know I will help you, or I know sometimes you're like, no, I'm phone, I don't want to, so that's why I ended up liking Umacele, and then it's the opposite with Khumalo because I could relate to Umacele. And then with Umayeni noma Ngwabe, the way that I relate to them is that if into ongayifuna ngiyifuni nje, lento pretend ukuthi noma ungayifuni but accommodate angikwazi ukuyenza. So that's why for me, so I don't know, you guys. So sometimes I'm like, are they fake now, or they've been fake now? We are seeing the real thing now. The mess is their real life. I don't know. Uke wabona abantwana aba-rich, they want to experience life like abanye abantu, they get excited. So kamseleko, not even one child was excited about it. No, they were not excited. And yeah, like abantwana aba-rich, especially let's say abantwana abakhulele kuma-suburbs, they get excited about kuya endaweni zasemakhaya, and then they see inkomo and all of that, and not that they would want to live there, but because it's a new experience, they would like to do that. But these kids were not. They were not excited, shame, about taking the taxi. Oami is a typical Gen Alpha kid, children born post 2010. Hey, yeah, I guess it really is a different generation. And my kids are, yeah, no, Usipo would be would be part of that generation, you guys. Yeah. Even when the phone, guys, she was given the phone and she's like, no, I actually have a better phone than that. Yeah, I Celeste says for sure ubunuku basne buyaziwa kubo if uyilo. That scene was unnecessary and meant to show Snay in a certain light, especially because of the recent backlash on social media. Yes, none of which is Celeste. You know what? We've never said Snay is perfect. As the bloggers, as the people that review the show, we've never said Snay is perfect and she doesn't make any mistakes. She does everything right. We've never said that. We've acknowledged when Snay is messing up, you guys. But what we were saying is that the thing is, it's very clear that if Snay was a boy, Kamsele, even with the 2 kids she has, having left school, all of the things that she's done, she would be getting better treatment if she was a boy. That is very clear, you guys. Because even if Mpumelelo made the exact same mistakes that Usne made, he will still get the treatment that he's getting. It's very clear. Okay. So I think Umzalego is missing the point. We've never said Usne is perfect. We've seen that Usne is not perfect. But we were saying that, but she wouldn't get such treatment if she was a boy. That's what we are saying. So he keeps showing us even that post that he put on Instagram where he was listing all of the bad things that Usne has ever done. And we're like, we know because you've said this before. The argument is not Usne is a perfect child, but we are saying if this was a boy, you would not have such a strong reaction to what she does. And also you would love her kids because you love Pumelelo's kids, but Pumelelo is not married. But for some reason you can't even look at Snay's child. It's because she is a girl. That's what we're saying. So I think he is missing that, you guys. It was absolutely unnecessary for him to show us his daughter's dirty laundry on national television when he is the one that is getting paid. Him and his wives are the ones that are getting paid to do the show, but they are using Snay's dirty laundry as a storyline when they are getting paid. But Snay is a bad child, but you are making money with her dirty laundry. It's not fair. I don't feel like it's fair, but we are not saying Ugutu Snay is perfect. He literally throw anyone under the bus to show himself as good, justified man doing his best for his family. Unobu Cloud taste, he does, you guys, he does. He has thrown his wife under the bus all the time. How she takes it. She throws Umangabe under the bus all the time. She accused his wives of when he was accusing them of using witchcraft, and he even said basanganelwa amakhanda. He said labafazi basanganelwa amakhanda. He will get disrespectful. He will throw them under the bus if he feels the pressure, any kind of pressure, especially from a response of the public. Okay. Now I tell my kids if they meet umpolo. Now I tell my kids if they mess up the bedroom, I will call people passing by the street to come and see uyenza kahle kuze uye kumnuku ngalanda my younger sister in class ukuthi she left the bedroom. You like our moms when we were growing up. Uthi sewuhamba uye esikoleni sewusemgaqweni and then awudlulile umbhede buya. Buya uzondlula. Angazi ke mawuchama it was even worse. Kuthiwa ubuya uzoneka ingubo zakho la uchamile. Ayazi guys, parents. Hey. Parents. Yes, Snay, last number. While on the street, she's so clean with makeup and long nails. Her house. Ingati kuhlala inyawope. Boys. Yeah, it was messy, guys. It was messy. Ngishilo ukuthi Mkumalo and Snay appears. Yeah, they're very close in age. But Mkumalo very ingane, guys. Ingane, and Snay is like the firstborn Mosamseleko. So yeah. Kaloku unawo namancinza ecaleni, so funeka maintain nawo anike ne-allowance. Izancinza umseleko, you mean umseleko Sandis? Yeah, he does have izancinza. Usne has a house, kodwa she's neglecting it. Impilo ingenye indlela. I want the house Usne dlala ngayo. Yes, big house, guys, big house. Okay, furnished house. Usne could actually live in that house with her kids. Aphile nje kamnandi, So and angazi, guys, angazi. I don't know. I guess ngathi kunzima again to just stay at the same place. Yes, it's in the USA. It's going to 3 p.m. Okay. We have USA in the house. Hey sis, am I late? I was on my live Pulugo. Yes, I did join your live for a while, you guys. Please join Pulugo's live. She's trying to get the hours, the 4,000 hours. We're very close to getting monetized. I think Owami, this is Toli. So I think Owami, I heard she thinks his dad said to Mkumalo about her mom. So she's simply taking her mama's side. I think Owami had. Can you write that comment again, Tolisa? I think Owami, I heard she thinks his dad said to Mkumalo about her mom. So she's simply. Are you saying that Owami heard what Mkumalo said about her mom? Okay. Owami, what is that? That is the tea. Please give us the tea. Give us a tip, Lisa. Velum Selego prefers the boys. It's Snay Pumelelo Bayafan. Yeah, he prefers the boys, you guys. And it's not something that is like foreign to African parents, especially like Zulus, okay? Nathi sikhule nabafana umfana beba nendishi yakhe yena yedwa especially ukuthi indishi yokugeza umfana lena indishi yakhe yokudla lena senimphakelile sikhule kanjani senimphakelile yena udlile ubhutweni abafana nje sikhule bethathelwa bona so it's not a foreign. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to point it out when we see it here on this show, because it's not how we should be raising our girls. Our girls should not be feeling like abafana, they're more important. I think that if as a parent you have a thing of, if my child, when they reach a certain age, this is what I do for them, then that should be equal with boys and girls. If umntanami ebanengane before marriage, then I don't do this and this and this for them, then it should be the same for the boys and the girls, because we don't want to be in a situation where girls feel like they're not as important. And as I'm saying, I've already said, we have Uthando Bafana more than Esthanda Tina. They've said, and it's not us. The kids have also said, okay? So, yes, you guys. Anyway, I guess he wants to prove to us, ukuthi usine kuthiwani amaXhosa athini lixhelegu. Ufanele usiphuvele ukuthi usine lixhelegu. I wish Snay could turn her life around and shame the devil. I wish it. You remember when she finally revealed the trauma from her childhood? I thought after that, because after that, you guys, she went for counseling. Like we saw her go to maybe 1 or 2 sessions on the show. So I really thought after she had revealed it, she was going to be able to take steps to do something with her life. But there's a part of her that didn't grow up, stuck somewhere. And I'm hoping at some point she will have a breakthrough, you guys, because her kids are growing up and they want a mom. They want a mom that is a grown-up mom, and they need her. So I hope, just for the sake of her kids, at some point she does, get there. And also, you guys, the other thing is that we don't see everything when it comes to these people. So it's even we judge her, but we judge her from what we see on the show. I do wonder, outside of what we see on the show, how it's like. Okay, is it really only what is presented on the show? Because you guys remember last season Usamkelo was living with Snay in the house. Remember when they were saying Snay fanele aphekele ingane parish because ingane looks unhealthy? We come back this season, ingane is at her his father's place. Okay, nobody in the family is talking about why Usamkelo has been moved to live with Ubaba. But Usne is the only one that is trying to tell us, no, the reason ingane yami ihlala lapha is because la Ubaba mayibona uyibukiso kwenja, But nobody's addressing that. Ukuthi ingane kaSnay umsele kakayifuni. That's the reason Usne. Is it true or not? Nobody talks about that, So yes, we are being shown Snay's dirty laundry, but kunama dirty laundry that ahengiwe lapha siyawabona kodwa futhi they are not talking about them, if you know what I mean, okay? But I do wish that she could turn her life around. She's, umdala phela uSnay, guys. Sorry, man, for that broken English. Okay. Okay, I heard the things his dad was saying to Mkumalo about her mom. They stopped saying, oh, so Oama is angry with his, okay, now I get you, police. Okay. Because you guys, because the kids do see the show. There's no way that they don't watch the show. There's no way. So, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. And a lot of the times kids kids are very protective of their parents. So I can see how. But the attitude towards her father, maybe it's because of what she saw when her father was saying certain things about her mom when they were with Mkumalo. Because, I imagine the kids watch the show. Because how would they avoid it? It would be hard for them to avoid watching the other moms, what they say in their diary sessions about their, and what their father is saying about their mom. and also they have phones, they're on social media, they see what people are commenting about. Yeah, no, absolutely, I think you're right. It might be partly it's that, but part of it nje teenaging back. Guys, when the kids are in, teenagehood, usuke ubekezele as a parent ukuthi babe on the other side. When you see, like my daughter now is like turning 20 this year, so I can see now she's coming out of that, of teenager. I want to, the parent is not cool. I just want to be in my room. She's coming out. So even though my son is still deep in teenagehood, I'm hopeful because I can see, oh, so much good 20, they do come out. But that period, 14 to 18, 19, they think they are the world. They think the world that they came into, they've created it, they know everything, and you are just an irritation as a parent. Anyway, you guys, listen. Oh, let me read this one from Post. Snay has a mental issue. I see how she's gaslighting Ubabake and other wives. So, ulinele stress, overthinking things. Is it a mental issue? I don't know, you guys. I guess it's a combination of things. Mina, I do feel like yabona mangenayo umama khona izinto efanele uyifunde while you're younger ukuthi, you know what, when you bath, you do clean your underwear, uyayicleana, and then uhambe uyineke, and then ufanele uyithule kulayeni uyibeke. When you're waking up, you make the bed. So I think Usne, because ubekhulela kagogo, and then she would live ngoba it sounds like that, you guys. I don't know if it's true. She would stay komalume abuye yohlala. I think one time umseleko said ukuthi wahlala noma yeni, and then wahlala noma Cele, and then wahlala noma Ngwabe, and then waphindela kagogo, and then so she didn't have indawo nje straight ahlala kuyona where she is taught ukuthi intombazane behaves this way. This is, uklina kanje iroom yakho in. So as much as we can look at her thina sithi inuku, but that combined with trauma lena I shared before, it might have led to the Snay that we see now. We don't know, you guys. But Mina, guys, this is what I feel. I feel like Uthando Nesthembu, Snay should be getting a salary bigger than all of them. Okay? Because who are we talking about right now? Usne, meaning that storyline is very important on Lokuzan. I just don't know if they give her that money, but I think she deserves it. And nonetheless, you guys. Anyway, I think we will end there, you guys, for now. Okay. Most of the time, people with mental issue really don't care about hygiene. Just check in your family; they all like. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Maybe it would have helped for her to stay longer in counseling. But again, guys, isn't like you're saying in families, isn't just a family less so that the family would be like, there wouldn't be a need for them to expose it, because I don't really think the producers of the show, well, Umselegu Nai, one of the producers, wanted the cameras to go to Snay's bedroom. I think Umselegu is the one that pushed for that scene to happen. So even if that was happening and they know she's like that, as a family, it wouldn't be something that they want to show to the world. And I think the shocking thing is that they wanted to show us that. And I don't understand why. And I will scream if Snay is getting some allowance as Umpilo. Snay is getting an allowance from Ubabake. Mayoli, they did confirm that. Umsele confirmed what she's giving Snay allowance. He didn't say how much, but she is getting an allowance. And people were saying, Snay doesn't, she should be thankful that she's getting an allowance. And now I was like, you know what? It's her salary from doing the show. If they're not going to pay her for doing the show, then that allowance is the salary. Umseleko must just take it as whatever money Usne makes on the show, he keeps it and then pays Usne monthly. That's what it is, because Ne has been working. People say Snay doesn't have a job. Snay has two jobs. Okay, she has a job on Uthando Nesthembu and she has a job on Ingane Nesthembu. Two salaries that Usne should be getting. Okay, so yes, she is getting an allowance, and I think Ubamselago mentioned that because he was trying to convince us that he does extra for Usne, and I was like, that is not extra. Actually, you are paying that woman for working on your show. Okay, yes, it's Xolisa. Power is the same lane as me. Now and under you have a point. And then Messi says, I watch from Botswana. So English, I forget sometimes. I forget sometimes, Messi, forgive me. Thank you so much for watching from Botswana. You see, guys, we have people that are not in South Africa. Guys, Pelatina Zulu, we think everybody is Zulu. We think it's Zulus and everybody else. That's what we think, So we're trying to get educated here. There's other people out there. English usually is commonly used. So let's try and use English. Uyamlimaza umseleko usne. And it's hard, you guys, because people feel like you're just defending somebody that is just like not wanting to get her life together and all of that. But yeah, you guys, I think there's already damage, but he is damaging her some more. We can't deny that. Mponkona, we also have a Snay in my family with 5 kids. Is it a Snay thing? Do I have Snay in my family? Snay. Mm-mm. I don't have Snay. Let's hope the Snay in your family is not watching. Otherwise, you're going to be going through a fight now in your family. She was talking about me on YouTube. Nels, the type of traumas they went through will take time to heal from. Sometimes people never heal from that, you guys. Sometimes they never heal from that. Also, they never told us what they did with that situation, because I believe that the person that molested Snay was still alive when she revealed that situation. And I don't know, did they go to the police? Did they report it? Did they confront the person, or did they just leave it? So we don't even know if they did anything about that situation. If I tell you as my father that a person that you brought around me did that to me, I'm expecting that you are going to do something as a father. Nothing was, I don't think anything was done after Snay revealed that. She just went for counseling. But did Musamseleku do something? Because there was somebody that was working with him, a family member that was working with him. He would ask this person to go fetch Snay, and then this person then would take advantage of that situation. So if you tell your father that you expect that your father is going to act, she deserves a salary, not an allowance. She's practically carrying the show. Yes, you guys, I think so too. I think so too. So I think that this thing of praising Umseleko for paying Usne an allowance doesn't make sense for me, because Usne is working. Dube, good night. Thanks, Home Gosi. Thank you so much for joining me. I love how you look out for Snay. What you're saying is true. I think I have a soft spot for Snay. I do, even when she's like, sometimes she gets on me. I just want her to be like, Snay, Bandla, please. Kona, when last season we found out that she was pregnant with a third child, I wanted to pull my hair out, because I was like, why would you do that? You already know what people are feeling this about you now. Why would you do that? Yours is Mkumalo uyangikhama ngiyamthanda, kodwa her choice of word towards Mayeni. I remember the other season she called Mayeni a bully. She did. And you guys, she's very sensitive about certain words herself. Remember how she was so upset that Mangwabe said her father used the word abused her kids. She was just upset because why would Mangwabe use the word abuse when she knows that people are going to react a certain way if ingane zakho zihlukunyezwe ubaba. So we are the impact of certain words. When she's saying those words, she means exactly that, you know. So that's why I don't understand it. You know, you yourself don't like people to use certain words because you know they have a certain meaning. People associate those words with certain things and you don't like it because she knew because people are going to think Ubaba is an abuser of kids. And why would Uma Ngwabe use those words? And it was a big fight. You know, that's the thing that also caused a division between her and Numangwabe. But Siena, she's she did call Umayeni a bully. And to this day, the fans, Skama Kumalo, still call Umayeni a bully to this day. So yes, you guys. Yeah. Anyway, the thing about Umakumalo and Umayeni, you guys, we've already had a chance for them to really sit down and have an honest conversation during that sit down. They never did it. They never talked honestly. You know, I was hoping that there was going to be an opportunity where Umayen was going to say, "This is what you did to me, Makumalo. This and this and this and this. This is why I don't like you, or this is why, you know, I'm not happy with you." And then Makumalo was going to do the same, but it didn't happen. They decided to talk about something that didn't matter, which was Umpilo, excuse me, not calling Uma Yenuma or something like that. Where is the full video for yesterday's episode? It's nowhere. It's on DSTV. It's on DSTV, you guys. And we don't know what happened to the channels that post full episodes. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I had people on Facebook. Thank you so much. People have liked on Facebook. We were on Facebook and YouTube, you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure that you follow me on Facebook. You also subscribe to Reality Buzz TV on YouTube. And I am on TikTok, but I don't know what to do with that TikTok. I don't like it. So look, I don't like it platforming a cookie, guys. Hey, I know we don't have time for that. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it so much. It's been a nice hangout, you guys. We've been here for like an hour and a half. It's been long. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Kakulu.